For today's cup of coffee,
Tiki.
we have been,
Tiki.
youngest kid has been wanting to discuss this for quite a while.
Yes.
Because he has a fascination with things. We have an appreciation for many different cultures.
Mm-hmm.
And in today's world where stupid seems to be reigning supreme, I don't know why.
Stupid rules right now.
Well, I'm hoping that some common sense at some point that the pendulum will swing back the other way.
And oh God, America is in peril right now.
Well, the world is in peril right now. It's not just our nation.
Yeah.
Anyhow, before I get to, I didn't take my Stratera today because it's the weekend when we're recording this, and I don't want to develop a saturation point.
Mm-hmm.
Or to where it won't work anymore. So Thursdays I don't take it. And you can tell, everybody can tell more than I can.
Yeah.
So this comes from a website that's interesting. It's called Home Wetbar. You too can have a bar. And this is by Keith.
I'm fine with that.
Keith Winter.
I want my own tiki bar.
So that's exactly. It's like a tiki lounge and stuff. And this was updated November the 3rd of 2021. And it's the history of the tiki culture.
Yes.
And this is in no way comprehensive because rather than going to Wikipedia and 9 pages, we're just going to make this short and sweet.
Short, sweet, simple.
In the website, the link will be in the description bar. That's on my mind. Description box.
Oh God.
That means I need rum in my coffee. It's the weekend. I can do that.
I need to go up to the cabin.
It's because I didn't take my meds. Anyhow.
I need to go up to the beach hut.
The beach hut. He's creating his own little beach hut. So, Mr. Winter writes, most often when we hear the word tiki, we think of carved wooden statues with piercing eyes and a menacing scowl. Some statues wear expressions of great joy or spiritual balance, while others may look more troubled or sad. The history of the tiki culture dates back to ancient Polynesia. Such carvings were first discovered in Polynesia, and tiki carvings are said to represent a Polynesian god. They're an integral part of South Pacific mythology, culture, and history. Similar to the way the Christian religion sees Adam as the first created human, Maori mythology refers to Tiki as the first man. And I have mad respect for the Maori culture. Have for many years.
They are ferocious.
They are just amazing. But before I get off on a tangent, well, I will go on a tangent about this culture.
We could do a whole cup of coffee about the culture.
Absolutely. There's been one that I have been meaning to do for a couple of months, and everything just gets distracted, and that will be about the history of tattoo.
Yeah.
And they're right up there at the top on some of that. And one of the most popular legends state that Tane, T-A-N-E, created the first man, Tiki, then made a wife for him. Another version, however, says that Tiki mixed his own blood with clay to create the first human, while another popular variation of the story claims that Tiki lived a lonely life and craved companionship. He was overjoyed when he saw his reflection in a pool of water, but his joy quickly faded as the image shattered when he dove into the pool in an effort to embrace his newfound friend. In his anguish, he covered the pool with dirt, and the earth gave birth to a female companion. So all of those are some really interesting origin stories.
Yeah.
The sheer number of legends surrounding Tiki is quite astounding, possibly because so many island cultures pay tribute to Tiki gods. The 4 major Hawaiian Tiki gods are Ku, the god of war, Lono, the god of fertility and peace, Kane, the god of life and light, and I'm trying not to mispronounce these, Kanalawa, I think is, or kind of, it's not intentional, people. The god of the sea. Ancient followers worshipped these gods through prayer, chanting, surfing, lava sledding, and even human sacrifice.
I know how to pronounce ukulele.
Okay.
That's how you pronounce it, ukulele.
Ukulele?
Yeah, ukulele.
Yeah.
It's not ukulele. Ukulele.
Right. Well, there's a lot of words from different cultures that everybody mispronounces. They just don't know they're mispronouncing them.
Mm-hmm.
We should have had you do a ukulele solo.
I'm not good at it.
He actually plays it quite well.
No, I don't.
So, anyhow, in spite of himself, Tiki carving is one of the oldest art forms known to man, and all original Tiki carvings are unique. Each island culture introduced another variation to the carving technique. In most Tiki cultures, Tiki statues carved by high-ranking tribesmen were considered sacred and powerful, and these were used in special religious ceremonies. Tiki statues carved by anyone other than a high-ranking tribesman were used simply as decoration.
Yeah.
So if you wanted the lay people, yours are just there.
Totally.
They're there for the tourist. Some island people still believe in the power of the tiki, just as some statues are created to be used as focus objects for ceremonies, similar to voodoo rituals. Statues carved with threatening expressions are often used to scare away evil spirits.
Good.
And others with more amicable expressions are created for use in religious ceremonies, healing services, or to bring good luck. So in other words, sort of like a gargoyle on the outside of a cathedral.
Yeah.
To scare away the evil. That's not, I think most faiths have things like that, the frightening things to scare away the frightening things, the truly frightening things.
Well, you know, in Japan, like the traditional structures and all, the reason that they have those roofs that curve upwards, that's so the evil spirits, like they slide downwards and then they go right back up.
And they're shot off of the building. Well, that's pretty smart.
Mm-hmm.
Each individually carved tiki statue, whether stone or wood.
I think that's most Asian cultures. Correct
it may
me
be.
if I'm wrong.
No, I think you're right on some of those things. Whether stone or wood displays the artistic creativity of its time. Many archaeologists believe the statues each have a unique story to tell. Well, of course they do. And that these specific symbols and carvings represented aspects of ancient life. For example, some carvings include spiritual symbols and other signs of devotion to the gods they may represent. Some of the most famous tiki statues in the world reside on Easter Island. I didn't realize those were tikis.
Yeah, Easter Island has, yeah.
Well, I knew that. I didn't know they were tikis.
Yeah.
See, I've learned something. Volcanic in origin, as are several other islands in this region, Easter Island is located in the Pacific Ocean. It's one of the world's most remote inhabited islands, located about 2,200, can't make this shit up, miles off of the coast of Chile. Traditionally, the island has been known as Great Wapa or Rapa Nui. The most ancient known name for the island is, I'm not even going to try this, it translates to the center or the navel of the world.
Cool.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Most of the Easter Island tikis are carved directly out of the lava rock from the volcano. The volcano, and more than 880 statues have been discovered and inventoried. Some are as tall as 33 feet, but the average size is 14 feet. It is estimated that nearly 200 men were required to move a single statue from the place it was carved to its resting place.
Wow.
Didn't some of them, that the heads were just above the ground, didn't they dig in and find that they actually had full bodies underneath on some of them?
I believe so, yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Pretty wicked.
It says, society's fascination with tiki culture and art spurred him into mass popularity in the 1930s. Carvings and other Polynesian art became some of the main focal points for tropical restaurants and tiki bars around the world. The first bar and restaurant with focus on tiki culture was opened in 1934 by Ernest Raymond Beaumont Gannat. Gant. I think it's G-A-N-T-T.
Gant.
Who does that? I don't know. I can't do the Englishes either. And Beaumont Gant later changed his name to Don Beach to match the name of his restaurant, Don the Beachcomber.
Nice.
The restaurant featured exotic drinks, flaming torches, and Cantonese cuisine. That sounds wonderful.
That really does.
In the early 1940s, when many soldiers were returning home from World War II, the Trader Vic chain of restaurants was introduced and quickly grew in popularity. Creator Victor Bergen was decorated, also decorated his restaurants in tropical fabrics, rattan furniture, and flaming torches.
Nay.
We're a fan of the flaming torches.
Really? Now, I wonder what Cantonese cuisine entails. Like, what kind is that?
Cantonese, if I'm not mistaken, is as far as Chinese type cooking. Mm-hmm. And it's not overly spicy. It's not, but it's not one of the more mild.
Yeah.
It's just good.
It's just good.
It's all good. And let's see. I've lost myself. Here we go. Soldiers returning home from the South Pacific were familiar with the cuisine and decor, and with this familiarity spurring its popularity, the island style quickly found its way through many other establishments and homes in the United States. Again, this is an appreciation.
Yeah.
The 1970s saw a decline in tiki bars.
Fuck yeah.
As disco became the predominant nightclub scene.
Yeah, because disco sucks.
It was a phase. It was a fad.
Disco sucks.
I would rather have a flaming torch than a disco ball any day.
Yeah.
It says, never fear, the 1980s revived the tiki culture once again. Teenagers became interested in tiki gods, and the middle-aged became nostalgic and sentimental over parties their parents had hosted when they were young. The most modernized tiki restaurants and bars maintain their tribal roots, and they still display their brightly colored fabrics, flaming torches, and statues.
Hell yeah.
Good. Some have incorporated lounges, live island bands, even the thunder showers, and stage shows. How cool is that? I hope they got umbrellas for the thunder showers.
Thunder showers?
That's what it says. And we got it today.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right in brand.
All right. It says rum-based drinks. Yes. Like the Mai Tai.
I need to take some rum up with me.
Like the Mai Tai and Zombie. Buy your own. Still flow freely, and the tiki gods maintain their scowling disposition.
Nice. Good.
And within that,
stay.
Yeah, as far as the Maori people, and like I said, I have mad respect for this culture, have for many years. Going back to the tattooing, they didn't just tattoo their faces. It was a form of etching. Mm-hmm. So it was not just surface. And you think about...
Because they wanted it to stay.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it was... If you go back and find some of the photographs, and you can still find those, incredible. Mm-hmm. And what a magnificent culture that was and still is. A lot of the Maori people have reclaimed their culture and their tribal heritage.
Good.
There for a while, it seems like they may have outlawed the facial tattoos.
That's not right.
It's not right. And I was just looking online earlier today, and that they have Congress people or some of their high-ranking officials that once again have the facial tattoos, which is great. That thrills me.
Do not control someone else's culture
or choices, period. Don't assume because someone doesn't look like you think they're supposed to look out of a particular culture that they're not part of that either. Because there is a war dance or challenge that is called the Haka, which is amazing, and that is as far as one of the prominent features is the protrusion of the tongue. And that some said that it could be that they were supposed to resemble a dragon.
That's pretty wicked.
Which makes a lot of sense. And I'm going to include a link.
They also widen the eyes, too.
Yes. And we had just watched one of the traditional Hakas, and it was phenomenal.
It was amazing.
It was a rugby team. And that, you could feel the energy off of that.
I was just about to say.
It was just amazing. And then I'm also going to include a link to a video that's there on YouTube. And it's sort of it is a Maori cultured, it's like Maori metal. Mm-hmm. It kicks ass.
Don't forget to include the actual ones that they're in the traditional garb.
Yeah, well, that's what, I'm going to include those links on that. But it was interesting because the musicians do have Maori heritage. That's part of their lineage.
And because they appear white, and people are bitching in the comments.
You had so many people that were showing their asses because they're like, how dare you culturally appropriate? And it was their culture. And so the stupid has to stop. At some point, it has to stop.
Absolutely.
And if somebody respects another culture and if they want to have a representation of that culture, there's nothing wrong. And at some point, people need to stand up and speak out and tell the stupid to sit down and shut up.
Yeah. Sit down, shut up, and listen.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they don't.
Well, and that was what...
You can't argue with stupid.
No, you can't.
It's like arguing with insanity.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because they're both the same thing.
Well, I think that Mark Twain had said, never argue with stupid people. They'll drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience.
Yeah.
I love Mark Twain. But, youngest kid and I were discussing prior to making the video, this return to tribalism. And for those of us that are mixed race, we're just out there in left field, as far as the Native American, culture and stuff. And
that's like
we don't know what else is mixed in there.
Well, that's like, I have been craving to find out what part of Native American heritage we have come from.
Right.
That's a need in me. I want to know.
Well, now
I need to know.
This was documented that we do have Cherokee heritage, and you'll have to talk to your grandmother about. It's maybe 3 grandparents back. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's not that far back. It's not like hundreds of ancestors back.
Because you were telling me my great grandmother, she looked like she stepped right off like.
No, that was your great aunt. It was your great aunt.
Great aunt.
There were several. There were
she stepped
absolutely.
Right off the reservation.
Absolutely. In fact, that they had gone and visited one of the historical recreations, one of the villages down in Cherokee, North Carolina, and one of the people that was there had asked her if she was on break. But what people don't want to admit is that a lot of the people that are in that area are also mixed with some of the Spanish people. Mm-hmm. People don't know. The main tribe is humanity.
America was supposed to be a melting pot of cultures, ethnicities.
Well, that happens in every nation. I mean, it truly does, but America especially. And that was the whole thing, that you become American. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean that you can't appreciate and all these different things. And instead of having these hyphened, whatever it was, to get rid of the hyphen and go back to being American. But even beyond that, it is a matter, the tribalism is the tribe of humanity versus the reptilians.
Yep.
For real.
Lizard brain.
Well, it's And there's a big difference. People, I hear this all the time. Oh, does the Satanists do this? There is a big difference between Satanists and Luciferians.
Oh, yeah. Big difference.
And people want to interchange and mix and match some of that. No. But appreciate. Mm-hmm. Go out, get you a Mai Tai today. Put you one of those little umbrellas in it.
Get you a good zombie drink.
Get you a nice torch. Sit out there and enjoy and appreciate. And, just thank these people. It's like, hey, you're letting me celebrate part of your culture. I honor you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Go out and have a pig roast.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
So many things. We would love to, we wanted to travel different places.
I still do.
We were recently talking to somebody that had been it was Omega, that he had gotten to go to Hawaii. Mm-hmm. And had thoroughly enjoyed it. So,
if we get the chance, we can drag him along with us again.
There's a lot of things, a lot of places that I would like to, enjoy. I would like to go to New Zealand at some point.
That's just Australia is not a place that I grab.
Oh no, New Zealand is totally different than Australia. You do know that, right?
Yeah, I do, but like they're
they're close.
They're relatives. But both those places, I just don't have a gravitation towards those places. So it's like, it's just not. I personally don't.
Earlier in life, I had actually considered moving to Australia. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about New Zealand?
I don't think I had studied as much about the New Zealand culture at that point. Mm-hmm. I'm grateful that I'm here where I'm supposed to be, because this is where I'm supposed to be. It would be nice to go and visit, but no, this is where I'm supposed to be.
See, I feel like a disconnect with this land in a way.
It's because you're young.
Yeah.
It's because you're young. Yeah. And then when you go out and you do experience, and you're like I said, it's not a matter that we live in the mountains. The mountains are part of us just as much as we're part of them.
Yeah.
And no matter where you go, they called you, and they will reclaim what is theirs. If you weren't supposed to be here, you wouldn't have been born here. That's just how it rolls.
Well, technically, I wasn't born in the mountains. I was born at another town.
That's still part of the Appalachian Mountains. It's about 20 minutes from here. You cannot get out of that. Anyhow, go and enjoy some of these websites as far as the Maori people. Mm-hmm. The Haka just fascinates me. The energy off of that.
Yeah.
Amazing things.
Amazing.
So if you have had experiences with the paranormal, supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, tikis, the Haka, any of
Hawaiian culture,
sure, any of these wonderful cultures, local, regional, or family myths or legends. See, that was really cool about Tiki being the first man. Mm-hmm. That's just crazy, and that's great.
Yeah.
Any of those things, send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com, and the email address is also in the description box.
The description. The box.
It is in the box.
Which they have moved again, and it's harder to see.
Is it?
Yes.
A lot of people don't read the description box. We actually
Well, now it's almost impossible to read it, because it's so hard to see now.
Well, some of it you can put read more or whatever on it.
You can now, but still, it's like almost hidden at this point. It's stupid. But you have yet to get the update, but damn it, I got it. Sadly.
I don't want the update. But as far as
everybody gets it,
Odyssey and BitChute, they're still using the same thing. All you have to do is see more, read more. We actually have some amusing shit that we put in there.
I want the 2010 to 2011 version of YouTube back. YouTube 2.0. YouTube 2.0.
Oh, I like that. YouTube poo-poo.
Yeah.
We got Storm in the area. Mm-hmm. That was Tiki telling us it's time to go.
Yep. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all. Have a good and sip a wonderful, wonderful cocktail and a good ceramic tiki mug.
There you
with
go.
An umbrella.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Just chill outside.
Just pretend you're on the beach.
Yes. Put some good waves on.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Know that you're loved, and we'll see you on the next cup. Yes. Bye.
Listen to Pure Moods.
Go watch the Haka. It's amazing.
Haka.